Elon just announced two big software changes. One sounds insane, text whilst driving, and the other will make FSD safer. So here's how I see it. Legally, nothing changes. It's still illegal to hold your phone while you're driving. Full stop. If you want a message, use a legal car charger, cradle, or a voice message system. You don't sit there with a phone in your hand while FSD drives. What Tesla is really changing is the eyes-off road enforcement. Right now, if you look down at the navigation or change a setting, the system will nag you, even give you a strike. So currently, many of us turn FSD off to avoid the strike and then poke around the screen with no driver assist at all. That's the crazy part. The moment your eyes leave the road is exactly when you want FSD still holding the lane and managing the speed. If the change simply stops people turning FSD off every time they touch the screen, that's a big safety win. And that's the second change comes in. With the new update in regions where it's live, Grok can talk directly to navigation. You can say, Grok, add a coffee stop on the way, or Grok, destination to home via the motorway. And it updates the route for you. So the way I see it, the two changes work together. Slightly less punishment for short eyes-off moments to stop people from disabling FSD, and less need to look at the screen in the first place. Grok can handle more of the nav. The rule doesn't change. Eyes up, hands ready, and if it's more than a quick eyes off, pull over. But used properly, this combo could make real-world FSD driving safer, not more dangerous. What do you think? Is this a smart evolution? Or is Tesla playing with fire here? Let me know in the comments. In the 2025 holiday update, version 2025.44.25, Tesla are upgrading the built-in Dashcam viewer. Recorded clips will now show extra telemetry directly on the video, including your speed, steering input, and most importantly, whether FSD was actually engaged at that moment. Why does that matter? Anytime there's a crash clip online or even a near miss, the first argument is always, was FSD driving or was it a human? With this update, you'll be able to see that right on the footage. No more guessing, no more dodgy claims. This is also huge for insurance and incident reviews. You'll have the speed and self-driving state baked into the video. So you can show exactly what the car was doing and who was really in control. This is one of those small UI changes that will have a massive impact on the FSD debate. Here is one catch. Tesla still only keeps 60 minutes of the driving dash cam, and that limit is not configurable. I mean, it made sense when we're using tiny FSD sticks, but now most of us got 128 or 256 gig SD drives plugged in permanently. Owners have been asking for years for a longer user configurable loop, especially now that the footage includes speed and SFD status. So yes, the new overlays are great, but the next logical step is simple. Let us use the extra storage we've already paid for and choose how much history we want to keep. I'm starting to notice something in the used Tesla market it's worth talking about. For the last year or so, used prices in general have been pretty soft. Lots of stock, plenty of bargains. But HW4 cars are quietly becoming the exception. In the Facebook groups and classifieds, you're seeing more HW4 only wanted posts. And when a clean hardware for Model 3 or Y pops up at a sensible price, it tends to vanish pretty fast. Meanwhile, the older hardware 3 cars are the ones sitting around and doing the discounting. Tesla must do something about hardware 3 cars lingering without the promised, and in some cases paid for FSD. But don't get me started on that. That's for another time. Here in Australia, there's an extra twist. If you care about FSD, supervised, hardware 4 is where the action is. That means the pool of used cars that can have FSD is pretty small. And more people are waking up to that. So if you're thinking, I might grab a second-hand hardware 4 Tesla at some point, my view is simple. The perfect time is now. The broad used market might still be soft, but the hardware 4 vehicle corner is starting to move. The best spec cars at good prices are likely to be snapped up first and will not last. If you're still watching, thank you. The Australian battery EV only sales for November have been released. The top 10 models for November 2025 is the Model Y 2,269, C-Line 7, 1,040, so it was double. This 7X Zeekr was 682. Model 3 was 433. The Geely EX5 was 412. The ADO3, the BYD ADO3, its first month was 365, so that's pretty good. EV5, 300, ADO3, 261, and Kia, 235, and the MG was 222. So the year-to-date figures, that's interesting because months can fluctuate. But the Model Y was 20,241. The BYD Seal Line 7 was 10,864. Model 3 was number 3. And you can see the BYD Seal, 3,371. The Dolphin's in there at just under 3,000. So those figures are really good. Thank you for listening.